semuanya, jadi hari ini aku udah bersama dua orang temanku nih, sama-sama dari Indonesia juga, dan mereka sekarang sedang menempuh pendidikan S1 di PNU, kampus yang sama kayak aku juga. Nah, sebelum kita ngobrol-ngobrol nih, kita nanti mau pakai bahasa Inggris, lebih banyak bahasa Inggris karena mereka udah lama banget tinggal di sini dan mereka lebih sering pakai bahasa Inggris, jadi biar ngobrolnya lebih enak aja gitu. Tapi nanti mohon harap maklum juga kalau bahasa Inggrisku nggak selancar mereka, karena aku setahun di sini tuh masih sering gitu pakai bahasa Indonesia. Jadi Indonesia aku masih lebih better than English gitu. Nah, oke. Firstly, just introduce yourself. Maybe Denny or Tesa.
Oh, ladies first.
Ladies first.
It's a bit sexist, but.
Don't say that anyway. Okay, my name is Tesa. Nama saya Tesa.
Okay, Tesa. And then what's your major and what semester you are in now?
I'm microbiology student and I'm in my last year of my education. Last semester.
Last semester. That's good.
And hello teman-teman semua, nama aku Denny, and sama juga kayak si Tesa. I'm in my last semester, majoring in naval architecture and ocean engineering. Teknik perkapalan dan kelautan.
Wow, it's good. Maritime.
Indonesia Maritime.
Of course. And then, where did you born?
I'm from Manado, Sulawesi Utara.
Manado, Sulawesi Utara. And then Denny?
Kalau aku dari Batam.
Dari Batam.
Kepri.
Semuanya dari masing-masing pulau yang berbeda ya dari ya, dari Jawa, dari Batam, dari Sulawesi. Okay. And then, what is your motivation to pursue bachelor degree abroad? Why?
Pursuing abroad, I think for my case, I wanted to going abroad. You can meet a lot more people and you can experience other cultures more, other cultures that's really different from the culture that we have in Indonesia. So I think that's the biggest thing that made me want to study abroad.
Okay.
For me, I kind of feel we kind of have a bit of a similar answer. Again, getting that kind of a bigger perspective from different cultures by meeting new people. And for example, even here in South Korea, you've got to learn a lot by just learning the language, experience the culture and stuff. And for me, you could definitely do that by traveling, but the whole experience would be so different once you're being a student abroad. Especially when they do not speak your language. So
Okay, so why you guys choose South Korea rather than other countries?
Okay, so I don't know if I can say that, but in my case, I was in South Korea since I was in middle school. Dari SMP udah tinggal di Korea. Jadi
it's been a long time.
So because of that, I think because I've been here for such a long time,
and you clock
so udah betah juga tinggal di sini. So because of that, I continue studying until university.
Wow, that's amazing.
I think for me, I was so confused about what things that I wanted to pursue in terms of education. I'm still as confused as before, probably less confused now.
Okay.
But I see the ocean, the maritime industry in Indonesia is kind of a big sector that it has a lot of resources, a lot of potentials. So I thought that I really wanted to study something related to that, and I did a lot of research. And apparently South Korea, now, for example, heavy, the Hyundai heavy industry is considered to be the biggest shipyard in the world, not just in South Korea but in the world. So jadi I made my decision to just study abroad here in Korea.
Cool. So how long have you been in Korea?
I've been in Korea since 2012. Dari aku SMP. SMP kelas 3 lah.
Kalau aku habis SMA, aku nganggur 8 bulan. Padahal itu akhir tahun 2016 datang ke Korea sampai sekarang, but it's been like going back and forth because of like
okay.
vacations and stuff.
Yeah.
So probably almost 5 years now. It's crazy. It's
Okay,
like
yeah.
1/4 of your entire life,
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
or 1/5. Yeah.
Actually, how did you guys come to Korea at the first time? I mean, why you come to Korea at the middle school?
For me.
And then for Denny, is it you have scholarship in here, or you just want to come here because your reason that South Korea have a big maritime something like that?
So for me, my mother and father, they both had their masters and their doctoral degree here. So when they got the scholarship from from PNU, so they also said that, asked me if I wanted to come with them. So I said yes, I want to come. So yeah, I came with them, and now I'm living. Yeah.
And then how about you?
Well, technically, I didn't, like personally for me, I didn't look out for like scholarships program out there. Even though now, when I think about it, I should have because there's a lot of scholarships programs that you could apply. And in my case, I only got like the initial information from one of my dad's friends,
Okay.
who happens to be like a Korean person, who was also working in this like shipbuilding thingy going on.
So
Yeah, so he was like-
relationship makes you come here.
Well, he only gave me like the initial information about it. You know, like currently our university now, like PNU, has like one of the greatest education levels in terms of the shipbuilding in South Korea, and he recommended me to come here. But financially speaking, I didn't receive any financial aid from the government nor from any other institutions at first.
Yes.
So I had to deal with I had to self-finance myself by getting my own scholarship, by having like a good grades or do a lot of part-time job. So I did that, and like until now I still do that, and I do not even pay my own university tuition now.
Yeah, so like I want to add is like so first of all, like you don't like for us that's like doing our bachelor degree, we like at first maybe you don't have a scholarship, but like as you study here, and then if you get like what he said, if you get a good grade in like your GPA is like good, then the university gives you gives you the like scholarship.
Yeah, there's a lot of the kind of program here in South Korea.
There's a lot of things like that.
They
so,
exist.
Yeah, you don't really have to like as long as you study well.
Yeah, as long as you invest a lot. And
so
invest a lot of your time to study and to work hard. I know it sounds very cliche, but work hard.
Yeah, if you get a good grade, they will also reward you.
So actually, don't be afraid to come to here because there's so many opportunities to get a scholarship. And then you also did part time.
Yeah, I mean, I did. Oh, that's a funny story. Actually, now I do remember.
Why?
During one of my summer vacations,
Yes.
was it 2-3 years ago or 4 years?
I can't remember.
Yeah, we can't even remember.
Really long time ago.
But yeah, I met Tesa, and she was like, "Hey, do you want to try to work as a part-timer in like a place that I'm working in?" So she somehow introduced me to like the owner of the restaurant thingy. So yeah, I did like a dishwashing job back then. So yeah, but it's all thanks to Tesa because she introduced the first and probably the last.
This was the last?
It was.
So now you didn't.
No, I'm doing other part-time jobs, but in that kind of sector, like dishwashing, it might be the last.
I
Now
think it's a good experience.
Like he did. At that time I was working as a server in the restaurant. And so I told him because he also needed like he also wanted to
to practice my Korean a bit.
That's why. So I recommended him to the owner of the restaurant I was working at, and
he
got the job.
I got the job at first. I wanted to be a server.
And then
but like the one time,
I get it.
They had a lot of servers already,
Yeah,
but one specific time, there's like they were lacking one person who was supposed to work in the kitchen to wash the dishes, you know. And then the owner was like, "Hey, new guy, try to work there." And I did that, and he really liked my performance. Yeah, I was like, low-key very good at it. I'm a professional dishwasher. Yeah, low-key I was quite happy, but it was very exhausting. So yeah, you have to like stand for hours, for like 8 to 10 hours. It's crazy.
9 to 6 or
the restaurant is like 24
hours.
7. So yeah, one time I had like 10 hours shift. That's crazy. What kind of part-time job other than that have you been
for
doing?
me, mine after that I was a translator in one of like the institutions in PNU. So I was like I translated from Indonesian to Korean, like Indonesian to English, like that. And that also, and like I also went into lab. Like laboratory, work in a laboratory
with professor.
Under professor. But I wasn't like specifically doing like research. I was just like helping them do research.
Assistant.
Yeah, as like assistant.
Okay.
So yeah, but that was also really good experience for me because I learned how to do like certain experiments, like learn how to use laboratory
equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of also the thing. I mean, now I'm still working like in my department office, and I'm just like helping the
just assist all the professor.
So they're kind of like something administrative. So it's quite cool. I mean,
of course.
You have to edit this. You have to edit this.
No.
No, because the job is like very easy and stuff, and you get easy money, but still, it's like very competitive to get, to get the job because you have to have a certain standard to get in there. So you gotta,
you have competitive rate.
Yeah, exactly. But the job is definitely not. It's definitely way easier than the part-time job that I did.
Of course.
And it paid less too.
Oh, really?
Like compared to mine.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but in general, what I'm trying to say is just do a part-time job. You learn new culture, learn the language, and basically just learn, let's say, human connections.
Yeah,
that's what I really want to emphasize.
I also want to do that, but my laboratory has so many work times, like 9 to 6, and then Monday to Friday. Oh my God, it's like working in here. So.
Exactly, and like the South Korean working culture is like so crazy. They need to chill and calm down and enjoy life. I think I'm going to get a lot of hate from this, but
no, but it's true. Like it's really like true. I mean the work is really hard, but like when you get the pay, that's what make me I can do this one more month.
I can do all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you live now? Is it you have a room, one room, or you have house in here?
Okay, so for me, I live like near the campus. I live near PNU, and I live in one room.
One room.
Yeah, just like one room. Literally one room.
Yeah, me too. I live in one studio apartment.
Okay.
But it's also considered as one room studio. It's just
Just
more fancier. Term of it.
More fancy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, is it hard to adapt in here or make friends in here? Because as far as I know that undergraduate students only have a few international students rather than like master degree or PhD, something like that. Is it hard to adapt and make friends?
Okay, so for me, like personally, if I think about it now, like maybe the first time it was really hard because like it was a new environment and like all the people most of them are Korean.
And you couldn't understand the culture.
I couldn't really understand what was they were saying and like stuff like that. Like so like first it was kind of hard to like adapt, but like as soon as you get to like maybe you make friends, then it's easier. If you have friends, then everything comes easier. At first it was
so used to it.
Yeah, so it's
Okay, and then for Denny.
Yeah, I think it's relatively very similar. The first time I came to South Korea, I couldn't understand any single word, like I didn't understand the culture and stuff. But well, during that time, I was just being closely in this international community. So I was kind of like in South Korea, but not really. In terms of like adapting. Yeah, in terms of like adapting to the culture and the people, once I made a lot of integration with my Korean and like the culture understandings, like more of the in-depth culture understanding towards it, and I made more friends, especially again when you said something about the undergraduate students, because I think I'm the only foreigner in my like
Until now?
Yeah, but only in the year.
In your
in my year.
In your year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at first, still I had been learning the language for around 6 months, but I still couldn't understand the culture and the language fully. But I had the basis. I had the grammatical base and everything, and everybody was just so welcoming to me. Like the Koreans, they're just they were very happy seeing me, trying hard to learn the culture, because I think they're generally very respectful to people who are eager to try hard and to put on that kind of effort.
So anyway, are you guys active in extracurricular or club?
In our major, we don't have that.
Wow.
I read thesis for only 2 weeks, like in my department.
What?
wait.
저희 질문하겠습니다.
네. 질문 받아드릴게요.
이 친구는 일단 퀸틸 라떼.